Hi everybody, it's Nikki here from thecommunicationcoach.co.uk and welcome to day 8 of my 10-day challenge, a little bit later on in the evening today, just getting everything done and now for the video. So we will carry on from where we left off around talking about listening and how we generally listen. We've covered 2 styles already. The first one was combative listening, where you listen for what you believe to be true to confirm your argument, and often conversations go, yeah, but. We talked about yesterday about listening to tell your story and share your experience, when sometimes people just need to be listened to rather than you adding your side or what you want to say. And today we're going to look at something called passive listening, which I suspect most of us are very good at. It's when we are pretending to listen and actually tuning in and out and doing our own thing in our own head, or possibly doing something completely different, like carrying on reading our book or watching the TV. So it might be that you've had conversations with people in the past who have been engrossed in a film, and they'll go, yeah, that's fine. And you come in 5 minutes later and they'll say, what have you done that for? You say, well, I just asked you 5 minutes ago if that was okay. And you said, yeah, that would be brilliant. So often passive listening is how we listen, because we're tuning into something different to the voices that are inside our head that are talking to us about our day and what we've got to do in the future, or we're concentrating on something else, so we're only half listening. Another example of passive listening is where you don't ask for an explanation or check and clarify what the other person actually means. Now, often we use words that have the same meaning. For example, if you send a text message that says LOL, it could be laugh out loud or lots of love, 2 very different things that have different meanings. So it's really important to check when you're talking to somebody what they actually mean. And I don't know if you can relate to this, but sometimes when I have a conversation with people and I don't really understand what they mean, I'll go away and I'll internalise it and think about it inside my head, and then actually I'll have a whole conversation about what I think it should mean with myself without the other person being there, and then make up a whole scenario about that. And actually, if I had just said, I'm not really sure what you mean by that, or could you just clarify for me, or have I got this right, and then check in with them and see if that is what they mean. Because often what you think it means is totally different from what they meant it to mean. So we have something in the world called sender message receiver. So I send out a message that you receive, and I will send it out knowing what I mean and according to my values and beliefs and what's going on in my head on my own, and I'll send the message to you, and you'll get the message and you will interpret that according to what's going on in your head and your life and your values and belief system. Communication is such a complicated thing. Everybody thinks it's so simple. And so then we internalise and have our own conversations in our head, especially if we are feeling, I don't know, a little bit emotional, or we think that we've been wronged in some way, or we think that perhaps they were criticising us or pushing against one of our beliefs, when in fact they're not doing that at all. And it's even worse in text message and email, because you don't get any tone, you don't get any body language, so you just get words. And that can be translated in all sorts of different ways, and meanings completely the wrong meaning interpreted by you from somebody else's text message or email. Or you'll send a text message to somebody and you'll get a what? What are you talking about? Why are you having a go at me? And you're like, that's not actually what I meant at all. So check in with the meaning. If somebody is talking to you, check out of the TV and out of the book and out of your own head and listen to what they say. And the other thing that we're quite good at is pretending we're listening. So we'll stand there and we'll look. We even know that we should look at somebody and look into their eyes and smile and nod our head in the appropriate places. And actually we're miles away. We've got a whole load of other things going on in our head. And if you know somebody really well, you can tell when they've got something going on inside their head, because they're quite distracted. And so you'll be having a normal conversation, but they won't be responding in the way you expect them to, because they've got a lot of internal dialogue going on. And that would generally is a clue that perhaps you should stop the conversation and say, hey, there seems to be a lot going on. Is everything okay with you? So there you go, passive listening for today. Thank you again for tuning in, spending some time with me. Thank you also for all your comments. Good spot from the people that noticed the drum kit in the background there. Yes, I am at the grand old age of 49. Learning how to play the drums. You're never too old to learn, that's what I always say. Thankfully I'm not disturbing too many people and playing them quite quietly, although the cat doesn't seem to be too impressed. Have a great evening, whatever you're doing, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow on day 9. Thank you very much.